All right, everybody. So in this module, I'm going to define for you what Lean Six Sigma actually is. I'm going to argue that what you have heard it is or that you have read that it is probably incorrect. The reason I say that is people like myself that are true practitioners out there every day teaching Lean Six Sigma, doing Lean Six Sigma projects, I think we define it much differently than folks that have time to write on the internet. So the tool I'm going to use to help with that is called the is and is not matrix. It's a fun tool. It's actually something you could do right away after this module. Its primary use, I'll just show you, is for situations where you have a metric and there has been some type of change in that metric. January 2016, there was a dramatic drop in stock prices. And so what you could do is say, what is true about this time period that is not true about that time period? So that's what the is and is not matrix was developed for. If it is true about both situations, then it's probably not the cause of your problem. So I use this T-square quite a bit. And so I'd like to start out really probably blowing your mind. Lean Six Sigma is not process improvement. All right, it is not process improvement. When you say you're doing process improvement, this is my argument, it doesn't mean that you cannot improve a process using Lean Six Sigma, but that is not what it is. Lean Six Sigma is problem solving. Its purpose is to solve problems. Now, if you have a problem and the cause of that problem is the process, then by all means you can do process improvement. By my definition, process improvement means that you are going to identify the process, you're going to map it out, and you are going to take steps out. That would be process improvement. There are many problems out there in business today that have zero involvement with process. I'll give you one example. Profit. Most companies capture it as some form of EBIT or EBITDA, earnings before interest and taxes. Profit is not a singular process. Profit is a metric. You could have 4% profit and you want it to be 6% profit. We would call that our problem. So you would call that your problem in Lean Six Sigma. So one of the things I want to highlight in that example is that problem does not equal bad. So Lean Six Sigma is problem solving, not process improvement. And you do not have to identify badly performing metrics to apply Lean Six Sigma. So what Lean Six Sigma is, in its simplest term, is showing before and after improvement on a mathematical metric. So when you hear the terms green belt, black belt, master black belt, these are people that are taking mathematical metrics whose performance we don't like. We're applying the methodologies made famous in Lean Six Sigma that I'll discuss in other modules, and we're showing before and after improvement on those metrics. And the difference in a Lean Six Sigma practitioner is that we are actually identifying the root cause of a problem, whereas in a lot of companies today, they'll change 4 or 5 things at once. The metric will in fact get better, however, they cannot articulate what in fact made it better. All right, so what we're going to call this metric, I keep saying I'm going to fix a metric. In Lean Six Sigma, we call that metric your Y metric. All right, your Y metric. So you'll often, if you ever have a class with me or you ever have a conversation with me and you say, Professor, I think I have a great Lean Six Sigma project, the first words out of my mouth will usually be, what is your why? I want a singular mathematical metric that you're going to show before and after improvement on. So for example, in my personal life, post-holidays, I am usually dealing with my weight. So my weight is my Y metric. My current weight today is 240 pounds. I go to the gym every day, so I have no problem being 240 pounds, so it is not a badly performing metric. It is, however, a metric that I would like to improve upon. And in this case, I would like to make it go down. So my Lean Six Sigma project is going to be to make my current weight of 240 reduce to some number. And we'll talk about goal setting in future modules. But that would be a great example of a Lean Six Sigma project in your personal life. And then the overarching formula, which I'm going to discuss, is that y is a function of x. So the whole principle and the whole thought behind continuous improvement is you have some issue with a y metric, and you need to find the x that causes it. So what I need to do if I'm going to do a Lean Six Sigma project is I need to identify what are the causes of why I'm 240 pounds and fix them. And I'm going to finish there by highlighting that I don't think I would ever do a process map for why I'm 240 pounds. It just makes absolutely no sense in that example. So I just proved right there that Lean Six Sigma is not process improvement. It is problem solving. See you in the next module.